What's up, everybody? Welcome to Diamond Owl Studios. I'm Paper Chase.
And it's the one and only Diamond Don Juan. We are back with another reaction just for you.
And today we are reacting to Randy Travis, 3 Wooden Crosses.
That is right. I mean, do you know anything about Randy Travis?
Not a goddamn thing, except he has 2 first names.
That is true. I think I know like one song of his. That's it.
Dang, I feel bad because I just spoke blasphemy, and I feel like this is a religious song.
What song are we doing?
3 Wooden Crosses.
Oh, hold up, man. Really?
Yeah.
The day after Easter, you couldn't control yourself?
Okay, let's not lie to the folks. It's a couple days after Easter.
Now we're both just digging the ditch.
Digging the ditch. Yeah, whatever. I mean, I consider myself I believe in God, but I also believe that he enjoys my sense of humor, and he's probably like, you fucking bastard.
Yeah, there's only one way to find out.
Dude, like, what if God just cusses all the time? What if he's up there, he's just like,
I mean, God is everything, so he's both good. He's the light and the dark.
Like, what if you die and you go to heaven and, like, it's just God waiting at the gate and he's like, my fucking boy, what's good? What's good, dog?
Maybe.
All right, sorry, guys. We're getting way off topic here. But, hey, Randy Travis, 3 Wooden Crosses, first-time reaction. Let's get into it.
A farmer and a teacher, a hooker and a preacher, riding on a midnight bus bound for Mexico. One was headed for vacation, one for higher education, and 2 of them were searching for lost souls. That driver never ever saw the stop sign, 18-wheelers can't stop on a dime. There are 3 wooden crosses on the right side of the highway. Why there's not 4 of them, heaven only knows. I guess it's not what you take when you leave this world behind you. It's what you leave behind you when you go.
Damn.
That farmer
Bro, this song is way better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I mean, I had the same kind of idea about what it was going to be about, and I really resonate with this because I've driven all over the country, and I'm always like looking at the crosses. Like I'm always like wondering what the story is behind it. And I have a story about those wooden crosses that I will tell at the end of this.
Stay tuned,
where
guys.
I almost was a wooden cross, and my friend was almost a wooden cross.
Jeez. All right. Well, stay tuned, folks.
After harvest, a home and 80 acres, the faith and love for growing things in his young son's heart. And that teacher left her wisdom in the minds of lots of children, and did her best to give them all a better start. And that preacher whispered, can't you see the promised land? As he lay his bloodstained Bible in that hooker's hand. There are 3 wooden crosses on the right side of the highway. Why there's not 4 of them, heaven only knows. I guess it's not what you take when you leave this world behind you. It's what you leave behind you when you go.
Deep.
That's a story that our preacher told last Sunday, as he held that bloodstained Bible up for all of us to see. He said, bless the farmer and the teacher and the preacher who gave this Bible to my mama, who read it to me. There are 3 wooden crosses on the right side of the highway. Why there's not 4 of them, now I guess we know. It's not what you take.
You couldn't keep it together. You couldn't keep it together. We can't be serious. We can't be serious. Why? Why can't we just get through a reaction?
Okay, did I get that wrong, or is the preacher's mom a hooker?
Yes.
Okay, the next preacher.
I know. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, that's an interesting way of calling your mom.
He's all telling the stories like, yeah, there was this hooker on the train.
That's my mom.
You could have left that detail out. That detail served no purpose to the sermon.
Well, it does. I mean, it's like if we look, okay, first of all, if you watch this channel at all, then you realize that we're a couple of 2 silly geese that can't keep it together. And I've been going back and forth because sometimes I like try to keep it in and like keep it PG. But that's not really you or me.
Well, do you remember back in school when like you're supposed to be really serious and you look at your friend and you both just started laughing?
I was crying. I looked over because you know what it is? I thought the same thing. I was like thinking like, oh my God, he just called his mama hoe. And so I was in my head, I was like, don't look over. Don't look over. Don't look over.
If you rewind this video, when they said that, we both go,
he went like this. He just goes, and I was like, oh God, he's thinking what I'm thinking. And I was like, if I don't like break the tension, we're both just going to start cry laughing.
oh, all right. Sorry. This is a very serious and it's a great song.
It takes nothing away from the song. This is
Yeah.
still a beautiful song with a beautiful story. And yeah,
it had a little bit of comedic value to it too.
exactly.
What a
For a
perfect
couple
song.
of silly geese like us.
The highway. Why there's not 4 of them, now I guess we know. It's not what you take when you leave this world behind you. It's what you leave behind you when you go. There are 3 wooden crosses on the right side of the highway.
All right, so let's break this down a little bit differently because I know we were laughing, we were silly, but you know it is a beautiful message, basically saying like his mom was, you know, she obviously probably wasn't religious.
Yeah, she was on a dark path, and that, you know, she found God, and that, you know, really the story is about what you leave behind, which is that she left behind a family and a son. And we were joking at the beginning where you were saying like, oh, I think God is going to accept me at the pearly gates, even with my, you know, sense of humor. That's essentially what the song ended up being about, even though we didn't realize that, is that, you know, it is about forgiveness and about people changing their lives and, you know, accepting Christ. And yeah, I think that's a beautiful message.
Absolutely. I mean, oh God, I hope I don't say something. I hope a couple people aren't watching this, but so I grew up, you know, in church and stuff, and the pastor was really close with our family. His sons were like my best friends. They were literally at the hospital the day I was born. And his whole story is he used to be like a heroin addict, and he used to rob people. He was in prison for like grand theft auto. Like he was just a terrible delinquent. And then he found God and he became a preacher. Beautiful story, right? I mean, he ended up passing away, unfortunately. But yeah, man, I just remember like that resonating with me at a young age, just being like, you know, man, if somebody like down that path can turn around and basically like just be like the backbone and foundation of our whole church, like it's pretty amazing.
And a lot of people find that, I mean, you know, that's one of the beautiful things about the church and Christianity is the whole concept of forgiveness, which, you know, I think is a challenging thing to do. I never understood it. Like I thought I understood what forgiveness was. And I had a period in my life where I had like a lot of animosity or just like a lot of, you know, feelings about my relationship with my father. And like, I thought that I like had come to terms with it. And I had a moment where, you know, just kind of doing work and internal work, personal work, like I had that moment of forgiveness, and I was like, oh, this is what they've been talking about in the Bible this whole time. I thought I understood what the concept of forgiveness is, and it's, something totally different, than what I experienced, which is like true forgiveness, of letting that go, of accepting somebody for what they are, which is, it's hard to do. I think a lot of times we can say that, we forgive people, but it's like more like, yeah, whatever, like I love you, but I'm still going to hold on to like this grudge and like, I still want you in my life, but I still kind of hate you, like type of shit.
Yeah, there's a thing that I was always kind of taught growing up is that like God loves you unconditionally, you know, and that's something I never understood, loving something unconditionally until you have a child.
Yeah, and then it changes
and it's
everything.
And we're like the child of God,
Exactly.
And it's not the same with your parents, like looking at your parent, like there is conditional love. I mean, there is a condition to that love. If you have a shitty fucking parent, it's hard. You're not gonna love them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they still might love you. But let's hear your story about the crosses on the road.
So it's always something that I've always just wondered, because like I said, I drive around, I've driven all over the country, like the backwoods, major highways, and I always see the crosses, and in my mind, or like sometimes you'll see the bikes that they paint white. And I just always think about that. It just always like pops in my head. I'm like, I wonder what the story is. Like there's a tragedy that happened, and what is that about? Like somebody lost their life. Who was it? Like, was it, a mother and a daughter? What is the story behind that? So I'm going through the backwoods of Virginia with my friend, Dustin. It was actually Carolina, my bad. See, I get confused. I've been so many different places.
I've been everywhere, man.
Yeah, exactly. And it's, we're doing the roofing, the traveling salesman thing, and we're, scouting this like back country, trying to figure out if like the storm hit out there in these nice big properties, and it's, pretty sparse. So we're just going down this road, and I keep seeing these crosses, and I'm just looking at my buddy. I'm like, man, do you ever wonder the story behind these crosses? And he's like, dude, you got to stop talking about death. Because, we'll have these deep conversations, and I'm just like, man, but, there's a story behind it. Like somebody died. Like, I wonder, like, what is the story behind that? And he's like, man, you just got to stop thinking about that. I'm like, you're never curious about that. And he's just like, whatever, dude. So we see a cross, and it's got like pictures, and like you can tell like writing. I'm like, dude, we're turning around. Like I got to know what. I want to read it. So we turn around, and it was like an older guy who had diabetes, and I guess he like passed out behind the wheel and ended up crashing. And so I'm like reading the story, and I'm like with my buddy, and I'm like, damn, see, this is like what I'm talking about. It's like there's a life behind this, like somebody's story, and it's like, the family wrote this, and like this, whole like memorial to him. We're driving down the road, and we come to like a T intersection, and there's like a blind curve, and it's like a 35-mile-an-hour speed limit, 40-mile-an-hour speed limit. It's kind of hard to see the cars coming. I turn the corner, a semi comes like 70 miles an hour, like out of nowhere. And all of a sudden we're in like a rental, and you just hear, and this fucking semi just like boom off the road, takes out a fence like through the dirt.
Jesus Christ.
And my friend and I are just sitting there, and he's like, oh my God, we almost fucking died, dude. We were almost one of those.
We were almost one of those crosses.
Exactly.
Damn.
Yeah, I think that's one of the closest times I've ever come to death.
Damn.
Just a blind curve. Somebody was
Diamond
just like
Don wannabe, rest in peace.
Exactly.
Homophobic, misogynistic, douchebag. No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly.
Oh, that's terrifying, man. Yeah, I mean, near-death experiences are always like eye-opening. You never know. And that's why I try to make. I bring it back to this. I do try to make like my peace with God every night. And I know, like, I don't practice religion by any means. Obviously, if you watch this channel, you'd probably be like, what? You believe in God? But I do try to, because you never know when your last moment's gonna be, and
yeah,
and please just let me in heaven.
Yeah, we just heard something come through the vents. It was kind of eerie.
Yeah, that was a little, I don't know.
Yeah.
I got hit by a semi one time, but it wasn't bad at all. But it was funny because I was driving to my sister's house for a big family gathering, and I was driving down from, I think I was on 285, in the mountains going down, and we came to a stop, and the semi just barely, like, it hit me, like my whole car,
Oh my God.
but there was no damage. I was completely fine. But I was like, we had to pull over, and I would call my mom because they were getting ready for dinner. I was like, hey, I'm going to be late. I got hit by a semi. And then I was like, I'm fine. But it was like breaking up the whole time. Like, I couldn't even make this shit up.
Oh my God.
Because I was in the mountains, and she's like, what? And then I just like lose service. And they were like, they thought I was like,
yeah, I mean, getting hit by a semi.
I was completely fine. It was actually like, we didn't even get insurance involved or anything because my car, I mean, I was driving a clunker at the time. I was like a teenager, but yeah. Well, thanks for watching, guys. We have a good time on this channel. Hey, if you want these, very surface level reactions of just, discussing the song a little bit, saying we loved it and moving on, then get the heck off our channel because that's not what we're about. We're about having a good time and chuckling a little.
And just random tangents that have almost nothing to do with the song.
Half the time.
Yeah, exactly.
If you see a video of ours that's like over 25 minutes, strap in because
it's gonna go left, right. You have no idea what type of journey you're gonna go on.
Absolutely. Thank you guys though for watching. Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe.
And we will see you on the next one. Peace.